YouTube. Welcome to my shop. I'm Mike and I thank you for stopping by. If you've been watching my last couple of videos, you know that I'm in the middle of a checkerboard for Christmas gifts. I'm down to making the drawer for it and putting the top on it. Now I've got all the parts. Ready. The sides of the drawers, I've got, I'll have to put a groove down all the pieces to make it work. So that's what this video is going to be doing, is doing a little grooving and putting the drawer together, and then setting the top on with dowels, finishing it, and this project is complete, ready for Santa Claus's bag. So anyway, if you've stuck this long through it, I thank you very much, and there's just a little more, so let's get going. I'm going to be happy to finish it myself. Alright, now I'm going to make the door slides. So on 6 of these, I've got to put a little groove in it. So this can go like this. Then this will sit in the bottom of the thing and the drawer will slide in between it. So I need 6 of these to be grooved, and then I can start something else. Let's do this thing. We've got the bottom, we've got the left hand side, we've got the back, and that's the way it'll go all the way around, you know, with the grooves that go to the right place. And then in the front there will be the walnut. So coming right along, tomorrow I'll start gluing up, and all 3 of the drawers will pretty much be made, and we'll just go from there. We're winding this puppy down. So I'm going to call it a day. I'll be back in the shop tomorrow. Boy, nights really go fast on YouTube, don't they? Anyway, another day in the shop. I've got these little boxes set up. I've got these Rockler 90 degrees to make sure that they're all nice and squared away. I've got the Rockler clamps that go with them. I really like this clamping system. And then just in case I want to put another clamp on it, I've got it. Got the glued tray ready. We're set to start these drawers to be put together. Let's do it. what I'm doing is the drawer slides. Just putting a little bit of glue in there. Putting the wedging the thing in there. And then I just want to make sure that it's straight. Good. Let that set up for a few minutes while I go on to the next one. Okay, I decided to cut the drawer down 1/8 of an inch on each side and put a strip of a different color wood on it just to give it outline to say there's a drawer there, I guess. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I am. So I'm just going to put a little glue on this, and then this thing should be pretty well ready for sanding and stuff once I get the drawer out of the clamps. I've just got this other clamp on there to you know, to get the angle right, I guess you'd say. I don't even know what, just so I know where the ends match up nice. So I'll put it like this, and I'm going to file down the lip, maybe. We'll see how it looks. I got no plans for this, as I said before, so okay, that takes care of the top, and I'll let that set up, and then I'll do the ends. Okay, the next thing to do, you do it on my list anyway, is to get the top so it'll go on this thing with the dowels. Now, the front piece where I cut the drawers out, I used the dowels to help line it up, you know, just to make sure it was right. And that's why these two dowels are in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little chalk on this, the tops of this. I'm going to set the board down. Now I got the drawer on the neutral side, so the game should be played like this. Now I got these clamps up here, or these 90 degrees up there, just so I know that the bottom is touching, the top is touching, so that kind of lines it. Okay. Now let me get some chalk. Okay, I want to make the top and make sure the top is where I want it. Then I will lift this edge. I will just scrape some chalk on it. I will line this up very carefully and push down on it, and hopefully I'll have two marks to drill, there and there. Let's go drill there and there. Let's go drill. Okay, the next thing we have is these little gizmos here, and they'll sit down in the holes that I drill, and there's a little point on them, so they will this thing is being held so I'm going to put one in this hole here, and I'm going to put one in this hole here. I only have two of them, so I got to do two at a time. Then we'll take this out. And then we'll see where the holes are. Perfect. And perfect. There and there. So we're ready. we're ready to drill. So there's a little pin prick. I've got a tipped bit in my drill, so I'm going to put that tip right in the little hole that was made by the there you go, that's one down. Oh, there it is, right there. I missed it. They're very tiny, but they're big enough to stick the brad together. Gee, I thought I went through there for a second. There must have been a flaw in that wood. Let's go see if it fits. Now we'll put in the dowels just for fit. Later on, after I get it all sanded up, I'll glue them in. If I can get them back out. Goes like this. Not far off, that's for sure. Actually, we're right on. Down, 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 down. Beautiful. One down, 3 to go. 2 to go, 2 to go. Alrighty, what I did is I used my 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. I don't even know what they call this thing. But I found that this was 4 inches wide, so I made a little mark in the middle. Then on the walnut, I made a mark in the middle. I've got these lined up now. Now I'm just going to do a couple of holes to screw this on, glue and screw it. So yeah, when the brown wood starts coming out, you know you hit the walnut. Alright, so now what I'll do is I will just take this apart, put some glue on it, screw it up, then 1 drawers down, sand it up to 150. We're moving right along. Okay, if you're wondering about the drawer slides that I made, the plywood is 1/4 of an inch below the walnut. The drawer sits right on the walnut. So I made the drawer slides to come in like this. Then, you know, for the drawer. And then that'll keep the drawer on track. Now what I'm going to do is on the drawer, I'm going to put a few layers of blue tape and on both sides. Then when I'm going to adjust this, by putting it as tight to it as I can and just letting it set up, the glue set up. And then when I take the tape off, it should give it just enough to just be nice and slidey in there. So that's where we're at right now, and we'll see where we go from here. Okay, making progress. We got the door, got the slides in, and it slides real nice. Now the drawer stops at the drawer slides. I can't go any farther than that. But if it stops at the door slides, it's just a 1/16 of an inch off in front. So I want to make sure that when it closes, it's perfect. So what I did is I got a piece of plywood. I drilled a hole through the plywood and the back of the drawer. I screwed some ferrous metal screws there to where the little holes were, and then on this side I drilled out 3/8 of an inch or whatever it is, and then I epoxied some rare earth magnets in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take a clamp, and I'm going to get this clamp to make sure the drawer is perfect with itself. That's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this right there, let it set up, and let me show you what we'll get. Okay, there's the way the drawer looks. So the drawer will come out. When it slides back in, these magnets will pull it and it'll make it nice and flush. So the drawers are done. Now we'll put the top on, and this project is winding down here. Let's get to work. Just this way right here. It's all the way down. I'm just going to use my Irwins right on the corners. The pegs are, so I'm just going to use my Irwins so I don't put too much pressure on these squeeze things. Right now I'm burning or branding my name on the work. I've got a video on that if you're wondering how this works. I need a little more. It's a little light here and there, so I'll just keep going until that's Mike Hedden's Round 2 Woodworks 2016. So I'll just keep on doing it till it's nice and dark all the way around. Now I'm just putting a thin coat of stain on this. I'm putting it on and wiping it right off. I just want to get some of the the wood was much lighter than the others, so I think this is a good way to kind of meld everything into the same kind of color. Next step will be to shellac it. Put a nice shellac sealer coat on it, and then some lacquer. I'm going to use gloss lacquer on it. And it's coming along, so hang in there. Only a couple more days and this project will be done. So by the end of this video, it's going to be in Santa Claus's bag. Well, I think, and I'm happy to say, I think we're ready for some finish. What I'll do is I'll put a quick coat of, or a couple of coats of shellac on it, clear shellac from Bullseye. Or excuse me, yeah, it's Bullseye. And then from Rockler, I got some clear lacquer, top coat to put on it afterwards. Can't shoot in California. You can't shoot lacquer out of a spray gun, but you can buy it in the spray cans. So that's what we've got going right now.
The victim was violently knocked over.
Okay, let's see what this looks like. The top looks like with a coat of shellac. Oh, I think that's going to look nice. Yes. Very nice. A couple of coats of this and some clear lacquer, and I think we'll be in business. Boy, we're getting close now. I'm sticking these little felt pads on so nobody's furniture gets messed up. And then it's drawer pulls. And then it's maybe a waxing. And then it's a done deal. Let's put the drawer pulls in. All right, it was a very nice day to shoot lacquer, 77 degrees, so I was happy about that, and it's nice and dry, so it seemed like the lacquer came out pretty good. One of the very last things to do now is put on the drawer pulls so you can open the drawer, and that'll be almost it. Maybe a little wax. I don't have the right size drill for this little tiny thing, so I gotta kind of make do. That should do it. That should do it. Drawer pulls are done. I'm glad I stripped the drawer. You know, I didn't have maple like the top, so I had to use yellow heart. But it at least I think it outlines the drawer and makes it look a little better. So we've done this, we've done the pads. The only thing now is a coat of wax, and it'll be ready for Santa. Might as well get on that. Well, there's the done deal. Let me give you a little closer up on how it came out. I think the 45s came out pretty good, and all the checkerboards seem to be pretty well matched up. And I'm glad that I put this striping around the doors. I think it makes it look a little better. Okay, YouTube, I guess it's another project done, or 3-in-1 project done. I started out thinking this would be maybe 1 or 2 short videos, and it's turned into 6 videos, and I tried to show you every step that I took on how I got to where I got, and I was surprised at all the work that, well, I shouldn't say work. I'm surprised that there was more effort to be put into it than I thought when I started out. There's a lot of cutting, a lot of planing. I don't even want to mention the sanding. But it was, I had fun through every minute of it. I really did, except the sanding. I don't mind saying. I'm not too much of a favor to that, but I sure did like watching them come together. And I suggest that if anybody wants to do a checkerboard like this, the first thing I would say is to make sure your equipment is set up exact. I mean, make sure that blade is perfectly parallel with that miter slot. That's where you start out. And then make sure your miter is 90 degrees or 45 degrees to that miter slot, and just if you do that, all these angles and stuff will come together, or they did for me anyway. Maybe I was lucky, but I'm pretty happy with it. I hope the gift receivers are happy with it, and to you, YouTube, for everybody that's out there that celebrates Christmas, a very Merry Christmas to you all. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Merry celebration to whatever you do celebrate, even if it's just life. Merry life to you. So I appreciate you all stopping by. It's been a good year this year. I hope next year's a good year also, and especially for all of you. I hope you get whatever you want. So again, Merry Christmas, YouTube. Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care.